What's up, graphic designers? Watch out, says Gabby. It's the edge. And that's not all that he said in Thursday's class, because he said these photos are so good that we're going to need to spend another day working on them. And I love this. I can't help but notice it says Nick and Lola, and their celebrity name is it Nyla? I don't know, but I love it. And I'm going to assume that Lola made this based on her like classic rectangular collage. But also, one of the things that I love that Lola did, and I didn't even know this until just now, she went to freepik.com. She was using one of those smart object templates. Well done. I love this. Isaac, this is amazing. You're off to a really great start. I love how he isolated Freddie and Gabby. There's so much more that he's going to do in Friday's class. From lab to NYU, this is tremendous. And one of the things that I appreciate that Jennifer did is she's experimenting with bevel and emboss. I love this so much. Well done. This is cool. Ahmed, I'm not mad about this, man. So he's experimenting with blending modes. We got what looks like Nick eating a skyscraper. That's weird. Well done, Ahmed. That's amusing. I love it. Shout out to Zoe. Gab, Gator Love is in the air. Spring is here and love is in the air, and I love this. Well done. And Zoe, I'd be curious if you can add a little bit of color to the background by using blending modes. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in class. Shout out to Gabby. I really like this. This is sort of psychedelic. There's a lot going on. I appreciate what he did, included the logo in the lower right hand corner. Well done. That's super nifty. Shout out to Julia, who spent a lot of time working on this image, and I appreciate how she's experimenting with blending modes. She's experimenting with fonts. I know how much work she's putting to this. Jason, this is the City of Dreams. You guys, let's not take for granted how amazing this city is. Real quick, yesterday I rode 25 miles on my bike. I rode home to Queens from the New York City Lab School on my bike, and it was amazing. I would encourage you guys to check out Queens this summer if you get a chance. New York City, the edge. I think this is awesome. Jidong, well done, man. I love this. I do wish Ryan was looking at the camera. I wish Jason, and what is Nick thinking? What are you thinking there? What are you saying, bud? This looks awesome. Darren, well done. Oh, I appreciate you swapping out the soccer ball. Shout out to Sophia, modifying the image, rotating that postcard. I can see what she's working on. Flying with the NYC Lab School. I love this. Freddie, I might consider rearranging some of this font. I'm going to talk to you about that in class. Otherwise, I really love it. And this is some of what we saw the previous day. You guys are such great kids. All right. What I want to talk to you right now is how to recreate this image right here. So I'm going to press Command 0. And I know that you guys know the fundamentals in terms of like finding a brush, layer masking out to create this effect. I was just experimenting, and I was creating something that looks a little bit like this. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that you recognize it's this iconic touchdown from Earth Day 422. I love it. This is amazing. And you'll also know when you zoom in, you can see that it's the silhouette, right? It's the outline. And how do you create that effect? Well, we need to define a brush. I'm going to talk to you about how to do that in about 30 seconds. First, however, I want to experiment with something, and I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and hope that this works. All right, so what I want to do is sort of recreate this lab logo, eliminating the green, deleting the white, and have it bleed through the background. So this is how this is going to work. I'm going to use the magic wand, and what I know is that contiguous is checked in the upper right hand corner. So if I press delete now, just that element is going to be deleted, right? But I don't want just that element of green. I want all the green. So I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to press Command D to deselect. I'm going to select, uncheck contiguous, right? And so now when I click the green, all the green is selected. I'm going to press delete, Command D. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold Command, and I'm going to click on the thumbnail itself. And we know this creates a layer selection. And so I'm going to hide this layer, and I'm going to jump down to this layer right here, this white layer with the layer mask on it, and I'm gonna press B for brush. And this is too funny. I'm gonna have to, oh, you guys, I'm not even on the layer mask. Drost. All right, so here we go. Clearly it's gonna be more efficient if you're using a different brush, but that looks kind of cool. I'm not super mad about this. And you know what? I just came up with a good idea. Can I tell you, you guys, sometimes I love myself. All right, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to press Command D, Command Shift N, Enter. I'm in a new layer and press X. I'm going to right click and then drop down the size of this brush. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. Let me right click to make it just a tad smaller from 134 to 114. Let me know what you think. Yo, I think that is awesome. I'm going to press Command 0 to zoom in. All right. So how exactly are we creating this effect? How are we defining brushes? That is a great question. So actually what I did, I'll just show you right now. I'm going to create a new layer above. Let's do paint bucket. Bam. So all we have is this here. So what we can do, you know what? I'm going to keep it simple. And rather than doing the silhouette, I'm just going to do the star. We're going to see what happens. I'm going to make sure that we're on this logo. Okay, so here's the logo. Check this out. I'm gonna press Command L to open up the levels, and I'm gonna lighten it just a tad so all the lights disappear. I'm gonna press OK, and I'm gonna swap the background, the black to the foreground. I'm gonna paint bucket. There we got that star. And it could be anything you want. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna click Edit, and not Transform to Store. Instead, we're gonna click Edit, and then we're gonna define brush preset. And you know what it's doing? It wants to do both the star and the touchdown. So what we're going to do is I'm going to press M for rectangular marquee. I'm going to create a selection just around what we want to define. Edit. Define brush preset. There we go. And so there's the star. I'm going to press OK. And a couple things. Command 0. Now, I'm going to open up a new layer. And I'm going to change this from black to, I don't know, this light green, we'll say, hypothetically. B for brush, and so now if I left click, you can see that this is the brush. I can right click, I can increase the size, right? And if I'm left clicking and I'm holding, these stars are really tight together, right? So when we're creating this effect, we're going to probably want to scatter them a little bit. So you can left click where you want it. Alternatively, maybe this is too much. If we click window and then we click brush settings, and when we scroll down to the bottom, we can adjust the spacing. Right now, the default is 10%. If we boost it to 144, and if you look at the bottom, you can see exactly what it looks like. And so now at 170, I'm going to left click and I'm holding, and it does it every couple seconds. All right, so that is the effect. I'm going to do it one more time. I don't know if I'm losing you guys. Isaac, did you stop paying attention 90 seconds ago or 4 minutes ago? I'm going to right click, copy image. I'm going to return to Photoshop right now, file new. You guys want to get the high res image, I'm going to press enter, Command V. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to open up a new layer. I'm going to go to the NYU logo. NYU logo. And you want to think about which one you want. I'll click this one, left click. I'm going to right click, copy image. Okay. I'm going to go brush, Command Shift N, enter, X, G, white. Beautiful. Now I'm going to do Command V, Command T. I'm going to decrease the size. That looks great. And so now what we're going to do, I'm going to use a rectangular marquee. I'm going to simply create a selection. I'm going to click Edit, define brush preset, and that looks good. And so now it's isolating just that logo, and it sort of looks like it's desaturating everything. I'm going to press OK. I'm going to hide this, Command D. I'm going to press B, and we're going to add a layer mask. I'm going to right click. I'm going to drop down the size of the logo to, I'm experimenting, to maybe 220. Sorry guys, let's say 348. And I know that Jidong, Danny, and Jennifer are right here, and I like this, right? So this looks cool, but what I also know is the spacing is too close. So I'm gonna, again, if you look in the lower hand corner, I'm gonna increase it to, let's say 132. So I'm left clicking and I'm holding. Okay, this is kind of cool. And now I'll just go like this. NYU in the house. I didn't get into NYU. I didn't apply, but I definitely wouldn't have gotten into NYU. So shout out to Jidong, Danny, and Jennifer for making it happen. But you know what, guys? The universe has a plan, and wherever you go is going to be amazing. I firmly believe that. So this is how you define brushes. This is how you add them, and I think this is a pretty cool reimagination of this effect. We're going to be experimenting. We're going to be having fun. I can't wait to see what you guys produce. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Good luck.